You're watching Good Morning Suncoast at 6.
Coming up, the voters have spoken and Florida has a new governor-elect. We'll tell you who came out on top in one of the nation's most contentious elections.
Plus, could a runoff be coming? We'll tell you why the state Senate race looks like it's still too close to call.
And Manatee County's school board chair won his race. We'll hear from Scott Hopes about his priorities. Good Morning Suncoast starts right now. Whew, late night for many of us, especially you. You were here late last night.
I was.
Yeah.
I've bottled the adrenaline though, and I'm
Yes.
still, I'm running smoothly.
Yeah, exciting night. Lots of voters turned out. That was good to see, of course, for our democracy. Let's get to the forecast now from meteorologist John Scalzi.
Yeah, and the weather cooperated too. Didn't keep anybody away from the polls really across the entire state. Everything was fairly calm except up near Pensacola and areas around Mobile saw a little bit of rain shower activity. But otherwise, we were certainly on good shape, and that'll be the case again today. Looks like we're holding off on the rain showers until maybe late in the day, maybe an isolated inland shower, brief shower. That would be maybe a 10% chance of that happening. So in other words, 90% of us won't see any rainfall. Temperatures across the region generally holding near the 70-degree mark as we head into the afternoon. We'll get up to near 84 with little chance of rain. Back to you.
All right, thank you, John. Let's check the maps right now. First off, in Manatee County, we'll see some delays in either direction on State Road 64 on both sides of downtown Bradenton. Also State Road 70, a little glitch there in the eastbound lane around 15th Street East. Farther south, University showing some congestion now from Lockwood Ridge east toward Honore, Bee Ridge westbound as you go toward Beneva. And then our final map to the south will show a couple problems there, minor things around War Mineral Springs, 41 in the northbound lane. Well, it's a close race, but Republican Ron DeSantis will be Florida's next governor.
He beat Democrat Andrew Gillum by less than 1%. Gillum is the mayor of Tallahassee, and he was among the first to declare for this race nearly 2 years ago. DeSantis, a former congressman from Jacksonville, he served 5 years on Capitol Hill. President Trump came to Florida to rally support for DeSantis last week in Fort Myers. His wife is the new First Lady, and she is the former TV news anchor in Jacksonville.
But if you think the governor's race was close, the U.S. Senate race was even closer. Governor Rick Scott appears to have beat the incumbent Senator Bill Nelson by less than 0.5%. The race has yet to be called either way. Since it's so close, a recount will automatically be triggered. As for the latest numbers, here they are right now. They're both at 50-50 with just a couple votes between them. You can read them yourself on the screen right now. So again, a recount will be triggered to officially decide, but at this point, Governor Rick Scott is leading the incumbent Senator Bill Nelson.
When we break those numbers down in the Senate race, it's Sarasota County voting 46% for Bill Nelson and 54% for Scott. And in Manatee County, 42% of voters voted in favor of Nelson, while 58% voted for Scott.
Republican Ashley Moody will be Florida's next Attorney General. Moody defeated Democratic State Senator Sean Shaw. She is a former judge and federal prosecutor from the Tampa area. During the campaign, she pointed out that Shaw had never prosecuted a case and that his first shouldn't be as Attorney General. Moody will take over the position held by Republican Pam Bondi, who couldn't run again due to term limits.
In the race for Florida Chief Financial Officer, incumbent Republican Jimmy Patronis beat out Democrat Jeremy Ring. Patronis was first appointed back in 2017 by then Governor Rick Scott.
As for the race for the state's Agriculture Commissioner, Republican Matt Caldwell narrowly beat Democrat Nikki Fried. Caldwell is a state lawmaker from Fort Myers. He'll replace Adam Putnam, who ran and lost his bid for governor. Now, Manatee County's school board chair won his election last night. Dr. Scott Hopes was appointed last year by Governor Scott and won his first race last night.
Our Marla Spence joins us live in the newsroom after talking to the winner this morning. Marla, what can you tell us?
Hey, Ray and Jess, this was a big race for Manatee County last night. Scott Hopes now holds the seat for District 4 for the Manatee County School District. Now take a look. This is Scott Hopes. He narrowly defeated Joe Stokes, who won the primary, but because there were 4 candidates and no one got 50% of the votes, the top 2 candidates, which was Stokes and Hopes, had a runoff in the general election. Now Hopes, who is also the chair of the school board, was the incumbent and was previously appointed by then Governor Rick Scott. We spoke to him this morning and he tells us how he plans to improve improve the school district.
The first step is for us to achieve an A grade for the entire district. We're now about 3 points away from that. We have 6 schools that are D schools. That's all we have now, which is an improvement from, I think, 13 D and F elementary schools. Now we only have 6. We've got 2 of those that are in a sort of a jeopardy status that need to elevate their grade from a D to a C, or they'll have to be closed or are managed by a different entity. So right now we really have to focus on getting the district elevated to an A district, and then to move forward to be #1 in the state in academic achievement, student success, and fiscal effectiveness.
And Hopes tells us, in addition to improving the school district, he plans to improve a strategic plan and create a strategic plan for the district as well, and also focusing on creating a foundation for recruitment for a new superintendent. Justin Ray.
All right, thank you so much, Marla. Also elected last night, 2 people in the Bradenton City Council. You can see in Ward 3, 62% of voters voted for Patrick Roth and 38% of voters for Cornelia Wynn. Incumbent Roth taking the win over the political newcomer. Roth previously spearheaded efforts to get state and federal funding from Wares Creek Flood Mitigation Project. He says he now wants to focus on revitalizing 14th Street West. And in the race for Bradenton City Council Ward 4, 62% of votes going to Bill Saunders. He defeated Bemis Smith, who had 38% of the votes. And for the Holmes Beach mayor race, a big win for Judy Titsworth in the race there, receiving 79% of the vote, with current mayor Bob Johnson not running for a 3rd term. Voters chose Commissioner Titsworth over political newcomer Joshua Linney. This is Titsworth's 3rd term as city commissioner, where she has served as the chair since 2013. And on to the Holmes Beach commission race. Kim Rash won over her opponents, Pat Morton and Don Purvis. You can see those numbers on the screen behind me.
All right, on to Sarasota County now. The city of Northport has elected 2 new commissioners. 3rd time's a charm for Pete Emmerich. In his 3rd attempt at public office, he won over Kevin Rouse, 62 to 38%. This district covers the Biscayne Drive and Tamiami Trail. He used to work for the city of Northport. He was a landscape manager for 20 years. Now he'll come inside and serve on the city commission. In the race for District 5 on the Northport City Commission, let's talk about that. Incumbent Jill Luke beat Peter Bartolotta 54 to 46%. Her seat covers the Jockey Club and West Villages area of Northport. Close race in Venice. Look at those numbers right there. The challenger beat the incumbent. Helen Moore received about 57 or 58 more votes. I can't do the math on the fly right there. Fred Fraze ousted there in Venice City Council. For all the latest election results, plus breaking news and your latest forecast, head over to the new app. It's in the App Store under WWSB or My Suncoast. We're both political junkies, so it's kind of fun to watch this stuff.
Yeah, I wonder if there's going to be a recount in the Venice race down there.
I don't know if they do that there. More election results, including a nice promotion for Joe Gruters, who will move now from the State House to the State Senate.
And coming up at 6:30, we'll take a closer look at what last night's results mean for the nation's political climate and how it could change 2020's presidential election.
It is 6:08 right now. Here's a peek outside. By the way, Congressman-elect Greg Stubbe will be in our studio in about 20 minutes. We'll talk to him about his big win last night in District 17, which begins south of Clark Road. But first, let's get to the beach forecast of all things. Here's John Scalzi.
Yeah, that's a stunning photo from our view, from our tower cam, and it's just an indication of the amount of sunshine we'll see later today. Beach forecast looks good. We'll have a UV index coming in because of the lower sun angle at about a 6 today. Light south wind shifting to an onshore wind with the sea breeze in the afternoon. Sunny and with a cloud mix, but just fair weather clouds. Complete forecast coming up in just a few.
Designers do it with style.
Tell me what's going on here.
Why, you don't like my hair?
The Mark and Mandy Show. In-depth design ideas.
What is up with the tuck tape here? Let's cover it up.
Amazing beauty and fashion tips.
So Halle Berry has amazing skin. Her secret is coffee grounds.
No.
Delicious recipes.
Today I'm gonna show you a special dish that is sure to please that special someone in your life.
Watch the Mark and Mandy Show right here on your favorite channel.
Come into a California Closet showroom to experience our quality materials and construction and collaborate with our designers to create the perfect custom solution for any room. Go to CaliforniaClosets.com to request a free design consultation and locate the showroom nearest to you.
Christmas Traditions by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Make your holidays sparkle with style. Browse our amazing showroom, cute collectible cottages, and beautiful Christmas displays. Find the inspiration, selection, and quality you need to deck the halls merry and bright. Christmas Traditions also features the area's largest selection of quality pre-lit Christmas trees, every size, shape, and color, and plenty of decorations to make your home shine for the holidays. Christmas Traditions by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Visit us on New 301, just a quarter-mile north of University Parkway.
When ABC7 declares a first alert weather day, it means we can expect major changes to weather conditions here along the Suncoast.
It means there could be severe, potentially dangerous weather ahead.
We tell you when a first alert weather day is coming because we want you to be prepared.
A first alert weather day is an advance warning. We'll let you know about any changes in the weather when the first signs appear.
ABC7 First Alert Weather, we're here for you.
Tonight on ABC7 News at 7.
Us winning tonight, I think, will send a message to Mr. Trump and Mr. DeSantis.
I'm a proven conservative. I stand for the Second Amendment. I will not raise taxes. We'll continue Florida's economic success.
We've got more races than Daytona, the governor's race, U.S. Senate, and the local races that affect us here on the Suncoast. I'm Alan Cohn. We'll discuss at the Trapezoid.
Tonight on ABC7 News at 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you. WWSB ABC7 is an equal opportunity employer, and we're looking for qualified people to join our dynamic team. For a list of current openings and to apply online, visit www.mysuncoast.com/contact/employment. If you're a motivated team player and you want a rewarding career in a fun, fast-paced working environment, WWSB ABC7 could be the perfect fit for you. Check out our list of openings now.
Come into a California Closet showroom to experience our quality materials and construction and collaborate with our designers to create the perfect custom solution for any room. Go to CaliforniaClosets.com to request a free design consultation and locate the showroom nearest to you.
Now your ABC7 First Alert Weather Forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
So temperatures are pretty uniform across the region. We have 68 degrees the air temperature at the airport and a dew point value coming in at 67. So pretty close in temperature and dew point, bringing us high humidity this morning, 96%. Winds are light. The light winds will allow for a sea breeze to build as the temperatures rise this afternoon. We'll start off with 78 degrees by about 9 o'clock in the morning, but as we head into the noontime hour, we'll hit the 80-degree mark and top it off today at about 84 by 3 p.m. I put in about a 10% chance of a late day shower. That'll be about it. And that'll be mostly in inland areas. Don't really see a whole lot of a chance near the coastline as the sea breeze will build and have a good chance of moving decent ways inland, certainly east of the interstate. Across the region today, I think we'll see perhaps the best rainfall chance located in the very southern tip of the state where moisture is a little bit thicker, and also along that stalled frontal boundary located just to the north. Otherwise, the best chance in the deep south is going to be in this cluster of showers that you see now moving toward the east, heading toward areas of Memphis, eventually heading toward Atlanta as we head into the later part of the afternoon. That is a low-pressure area that will bring a chance of severe weather to the northern Gulf Coast a little bit later on this afternoon. Mostly in the form of some gusty winds and some larger hail, but I think basically we're looking at a thunderstorm risk over most of the deep south. That's certainly true tomorrow and the day after. We'll watch today as that frontal boundary tries to make it into the state of Florida, but never quite does. It stalls out just in parts of North Florida, and we are left with a mostly sunny but humid day. Only an isolated shower possible in inland areas, cooler over the weekend, but we'll watch for the really cooler weather to arrive next week. Red tide status. Well, we'll have an onshore wind developing this afternoon, and we do have a few locations where we still have a enhanced amount of red tide toxin in the air, creating either slight or moderate amounts of irritation, according to the Mote Marine spotters. So it's always best to check conditions before you head out to the beach. And remember, only a few miles to the north or south will make a big difference in what you experience. Southeast wind coming in at about 5 knots, turning to the west with a sea breeze in the afternoon, and the forecast shapes up like this. Today, daytime highs for the next several days top out in the mid-80s. Well above average for this time of year, right straight through Friday. And we'll have a sun-cloud mix each and every day with only minimal rain chances isolated in inland areas. Then a front approaches on Friday, so Saturday the temperatures drop just a little bit to about 83. The front sticks to the south, gives us kind of cloudy, unsettled weather for a couple of days, a mix of sun and clouds, but more clouds than sun, I think. And then as we head into Monday and Tuesday, the next stronger front approaches, and we get even a taste of that cooler weather starting on Tuesday. But the really cooler air arrives probably Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday of next week. Back to you.
All right, thank you, John. Taking a look now at first alert traffic. We begin in Manatee County. You're seeing some usual buildup on US 301 in both directions at the intersection of State Road 70. Other than that, nothing major to report going on in Manatee County. In Sarasota County, we're seeing some buildup on US 41 and US 301 at that intersection right there. If you are heading northbound, other than that, nothing to mention in the northern half of Sarasota County. And in the southern half, it's all clear at 6:15 on your Wednesday morning. New State Senator Joe Gruters was another candidate who blew his Democratic opponent out of the water.
Voters gave Gruters a promotion to from the State House to the State Senate now. Our Taylor Torregano spoke with Gruters about his new job. Taylor, good morning.
Good morning. Since last year, Joe Gruters has represented eastern Manatee County and northeastern Sarasota County in the House. Now he moves to his new role as state senator. We caught up with Gruters after his big win. He says he can't wait to go back to Tallahassee to fight for the community that he loves. The two main issues that he ran his campaign on were the economy and jobs. Gruters tells us he plans to get as much money as he can from the state for the cultural arts in Sarasota.
We have Mote Marine, a $150 million project. We have the Sarasota Bayfront, $100 million project. We have Selby Gardens. We have the arts. We have all these community organizations. I'm going to go up there and I'm going to try to bring back as much money as I possibly can for all of these community organizations.
Another main priority for Joe Gruters, finding a bipartisan solution to red tide. This Republican beat his Democratic opponent, Olivia Babis, by 30,000 points. Back to you.
Now to the Suncoast seats in the Florida House. Thank you, Taylor. In District 71, two first-time candidates, both attorneys. Republican Will Robinson beat out Democrat Tracy Pratt. Robinson will replace Jim Boyd, who couldn't run again due to term limits.
And in the race for the Senate House District 72 seat, Democrat Margaret Good beat her Republican opponent, Ray Pilon. Good, a Siesta Key attorney, is vigilant about attacking the issues she says were caused by Republicans, including red tide, underfunded public education, and a lack of affordable health care. She has opposed a corporate tax increase and voiced opposition against the school safety bill related to the Parkland shooting because she's against arming educators.
Turning now to another state house race, District 73. Republican Tommy Gregory beat opponent Liv Coleman. This was the race you might recall where candidate Melissa Howard of Lakewood Ranch dropped out after she admitted to lying about her resume. So Tommy Gregory won. He is an attorney and also a former military officer.
And in the race for Florida's House of Representatives in District 74, James Buchanan beat his Democratic opponent, Tony Mowry. This is Buchanan's second attempt to win a seat in the House after losing to Democrat Margaret Good earlier this year in that special election for District 72. James Buchanan, of course, the son of Vern Buchanan, who won the 16th congressional seat yesterday. Some of the issues he thinks are unique to South Sarasota County include water quality and the need to expedite River Road. Still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast, we'll tell you about the plea deal just reached in the case of a man accused of killing his pregnant wife and two young daughters in Colorado.
And next half hour, we'll take a look at some of the amendments that passed in Florida, from felon voting rights to greyhound racing, offshore drilling, vaping. Let's take a look right now at Capitol Hill, the center of attention right now, where the Democrats have once again won control of the House. Republicans keep control of the Senate. We'll also talk to the Suncoast's newest congressman-elect. Greg Stubbe will be in the studio in about 10 minutes. You're watching Good Morning Suncoast on ABC 7.
Hi, my name is Connie. I'm 71 years old. I have lost 39 pounds in 69 days, and I have no more knee pain.
If you'd like to lose up to a pound a day of fat, call me now for your free, no obligation appointment.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Are you a food lover, restaurant goer, or home cook? Then check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, and helpful step-by-step videos. And you'll love the restaurant guide with direct links to your favorite Suncoast eateries. Whether you're cooking in or dining out, whet your appetite with tasty tips from Chef Judy at mysuncoast.com/dining. Find out first at 4 on the Suncoast with ABC7 News at 4. ABC7 News at 4 starts with a detailed look at your first alert weather forecast to help you plan and prepare. We give you a fresh, fast-paced rundown of the day's top stories and videos, including breaking news, live updates, and traffic hotspots, all at a new, more convenient time. Find out first at 4, weekdays on ABC7.
Soldiers in the Army National Guard serve to give back to their country and communities. Their part-time commitment qualifies them for an array of benefits, such as affordable health and life insurance benefits, education benefits, including tuition assistance, student loan repayment, and GI Bill programs, a retirement plan based on part-time service, and VA home mortgages. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more about all the benefits available in the Army National Guard.
Today at 9 on Suncoast View.
Parties, lectures, and trolley tours bring Sarasota's architecture to life in this special event. I'm Linda Carson. On Suncoast View, we preview the Sarasota Architectural Foundation's Sarasota Mod Weekend and learn the secrets behind some of Sarasota's most iconic structures. Plus, we'll get a sneak peek at the Urbanite Theater's brand new play.
Today at 9 on Suncoast View.
ABC7, the Suncoast's official Florida lottery station.
Hi, I'm Ralph. I'm 57 years old and I've lost 46 pounds on Dr. D's program. It's changed my life.
If you'd like to lose up to a pound a day of fat, call me now for your free, no obligation appointment.
Welcome back. A plea deal has been reached in the case of a Colorado man accused of killing his pregnant wife and his 2 young daughters.
Awful story there. ABC's Clayton Sandell has the latest.
In this morning's GMA First Look, guilty pleas in a sensational Colorado murder case. The man once considered a devoted husband and father, praised by his wife on Facebook.
He was the one for me, and he is amazing.
Now admitting to murdering her and their 2 young girls, leaving their bodies at this Colorado oil field and shattering a picture of suburban bliss. 34-year-old Shanann Watts, her daughters Bella, 4, and 3-year-old Celeste vanished from their Frederick, Colorado home August 13th. The next day,
if you're out there, just come back.
Watts pleaded for their safe return, but a day later, police say Watts confessed to driving their bodies to that remote oil field, leaving the girls submerged in oil tanks, Shanann in a shallow grave. And we'll have more on the possible motive behind the murders coming up at 7 a.m. With your GMA First Look, I'm Clayton Sandell, ABC News, Denver.
Excedrin sees your intense, piercing headache, even if no one else can. It's why we focus only on headaches. Nothing works faster. We see your pain and what's possible without it. Excedrin Extra Strength.
Hey, Maya.
Hey, you still thinking about opening your own shop?
Every day.
I think there are some ways to help keep you on track, closer to home.
Edward Jones grew to $1 trillion in assets under care by thinking about your goals as much as you do.
This has potassium. The same amount as this. It's a post-workout snack you don't have to peel. V8. The V is for vegetables. Drink some.
Welcome to Tide Pods Talk with Gronk. I'm Gronk. These are Tide Pods. This is not. Even this entire bottle can't beat Tide Pods. To recap, Tide Pods. If it's clean, it's got to be Tide.
Hi, I'm Chef Tom, and this is Chef Alan. We're with Publix Aprons Cooking School. What do we got cooking here today, Alan?
Well, we got a really nice dish. It's a sweet and spicy shrimp panzanella salad.
Ooh.
So let's make the marinade for the shrimp right now. I've already got some marinated here, Tom. We're gonna use a little brown sugar. We're also gonna use some Chipotle spicy hot sauce.
Oh, I like that.
You know, that Chipotle has a little smokiness to it, which will give it a really, really nice flavor. So we just mix that up just like that. Okay, we toss our shrimp right into it like this. And let that marinate. I like to let it marinate for, hour, maybe 2 hours, because it really gets that flavor to blend in. So I've already got some here marinated, so we're gonna put those in there.
Ooh, I like that sound.
That's the sound you want right there, Tom. Tom, if you'd watch that for me, I appreciate it. Now, the panzanella part of that is a bread. And the bread is, what we're using tonight is a naan bread. Okay, it's a garlic naan bread. It's beautiful. We sell it here at Publix. Great aroma, just fantastic. So we're gonna make a little bit of a dressing here to go with our salad. We've got a little Caesar dressing here. We've got some fresh lime zest here. And we're gonna put a little fresh lime juice right into that. You give that a stir, pretty simple to do here. Again, let this sit for a little while. Let these flavors blend together. They'll marry real well together. So in this pack here, this bowl here, I've got a little bit of romaine lettuce, and we're just gonna toss a little of this dressing with the romaine lettuce. You can use any lettuce that you want. If you use some mescaloon mix, iceberg mix, whatever you want to use. You let that sit. This comes in one of our package deals that we have here in our produce department. It is fantastic for making salads. Comes with everything.
Thank you, Chef Alan. We appreciate it. Looks great. Starting tomorrow, be sure to stop by your Publix Aprons Simple Meals kiosk. Pick up the recipe card and all the ingredients after sampling the delicious recipe. Thank you, Alan. Looks great.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it.
Blue 32, hot, hot. It's the Gettle Gridiron Challenge. The game's on to sell 2,000 vehicles. 12 teams compete for the #1 spot. Score a great deal at every Gettle dealership. Buy with 0 down. Make no payments for 90 days. Choose from 14 of your favorite brands, all on sale. Who will make it to the end zone? You decide. Rush to a Gettle location near you or visit Gettle.com.
Gettle's got it.
Stay connected to your clients and new customers using ABC7 Digital Media Services. Our team of professionals provide a wide array of digital services to help you get the most out of your website. We specialize in building and helping you maintain the most effective digital solutions for your business. It's vital that your online presence stands out, so our experts will equip you with the best resources available. Trust ABC7 Digital Media Services to give you the right tools to grow your business.
Fortunately, this was my first job out of college, so I was able to come back home and work in my hometown. I wore 2 hats. I was sports director and I was a news anchor. I did that for a few years and then decided to go full-time into news. Well, I love our team here at ABC7. We have a great mix, and it really is a great mix of personalities, of experience that meshes really well into a really strong team. I'm Scott Dennis, and I'm here for you.
Introducing the ABC7 First Alert Weather Tracker. This all-new mobile weather lab is just one more way. The team you trust is keeping you ahead of the storms. The ABC7 First Alert Weather Tracker, sponsored by Mr. Sparky, America's on-time electrician. Saturdays at midnight on ABC 7. Keep up with the Suncoast. Watch your favorite ABC 7 shows on your streaming device. You're watching Good Morning Suncoast at 6:30.
Coming up, we'll take a closer look at what last night's results mean for the nation's political climate and how it could change 2020's presidential election.
Plus, we'll talk live with the Suncoast's newest congressman, Greg Stubbe, who'll go from Tallahassee to Washington. We'll find out his first priority.
And we'll show you how the Democratic Party celebrated several key victories, both locally and nationwide. Those stories plus your first alert forecast coming up this half hour on Good Morning Suncoast. Welcome back, everyone, the day after Election Day. I hope you're enjoying celebrating. No more political ads coming through your phone, your text messages, your mailbox.
Yeah, that's the good news. I was last night watching my phone in bed thinking, I got to go to sleep. It's late. Watching those close races for governor,
but I want to know.
Senate. Yeah, I know. Fascinating results. Details all this half hour of who won, who lost. But first, here's our big winner, John Scalzi.
Well, I think we're all a winner today, considering the weather that we're going to be looking at for the next couple of days, it looks like. In fact, even in the long term, I think everybody gets exactly what they want. If you like warm weather, you got it today, tomorrow, the day after. If you like cooler weather, it's coming. We have quiet weather in terms of your morning commute, that's for sure. Not much in the way of any kind of rainfall chances associated with your morning drive time. And daytime highs today, about where they were yesterday. Back to you.
All right, thank you, John. Let's talk about traffic now. First off, here's the scene in Manatee County. A little slowdown there on the Green Bridge from Palmetto into downtown Bradenton. Take the DeSoto Bridge if you have the option there. Let's check farther south now. This is the scene in northern Sarasota County. Some delays on University, particularly in the eastbound lane from Tuttle all the way out toward Honore and Cattleman. Fruitville Road from Honore to the interstate. Bee Ridge in both directions around Tuttle, and then South County rather. One little spot there just south of the 681 connector. 6:31 right now. So it'll be a split Congress come January. Democrats have won back control of the House, and the Senate will stay with Republicans.
Yeah, Republicans will keep control of the Senate, guaranteeing partisan showdowns when the new Congress convenes. ABC's Stephanie Ramos has the latest from Capitol Hill.
Votes are in and are still being counted in one of the most highly anticipated midterm elections in history.
Remember this feeling, know the power to win.
Democrats winning control of the House with at least 25 seats. Republicans maintaining control of the Senate with wins in several states, including Texas, Missouri, and North Dakota. In Texas, Senator Ted Cruz holding on to his seat, edging out Democrat Beto O'Rourke.
I want to thank this amazing campaign of people, not a dime from a single pack, all people, all the time, in every single part of Texas.
Preliminary exit poll results asking people nationwide their motivating factor to vote. 38% said opposition to President Trump, 26% citing their support for the president, with the remaining third saying he wasn't a factor. Overnight, the president posting on Twitter, claiming tremendous success even as his party loses control of the House. For weeks, Democrats campaigned on the promise of providing a stronger check on the Trump administration.
Anybody that was anticipating a blue wave tonight's not going to get it. Maybe you get a ripple.
Republicans winning high-profile governor's races in Ohio and Florida. The Democrats' national rising star, Andrew Gillum, seeking to be Florida's first black governor, conceded defeat to his GOP rival, Ron DeSantis.
We recognize that, we didn't win it tonight. We didn't win this transaction.
The race for Georgia governor still too close to call.
A divided country now seems to have a divided outcome. President Trump has been rejected in House voting across the country, but vindicated in the Senate. Now both parties are turning toward the presidential election in 2020. On Capitol Hill, Stephanie Ramos, ABC News.
And Congress will have its first Muslim American members. Ilhan Omar won her district in Minnesota, and Rashida Tlaib won her district in Michigan. Omar was the Democratic Farmer Labor Party's committee. She is also the first Somali American member of Congress. Tlaib is the daughter of Palestinian immigrants and became the first Muslim female member of Michigan's state legislature about a decade ago.
Here in Florida, a contentious U.S. Senate race may not be over entirely. The race between Rick Scott and Bill Nelson was so close, a recount will now take place. Outgoing Governor Rick Scott has claimed victory against incumbent Democrat Bill Nelson. He has yet to concede, so stay tuned on that one.
And right now we're turning to Florida's 17th congressional district that includes voters in 9 counties. Former State Senator Greg Steube joins us now. Now Congressman Greg Steube, who defeated Democrat Alan Ellison for Tom Rooney's seat.
How does that sound, Congressman-elect?
Well, it sounds good now that the election's over and we all don't have to worry about seeing those TV commercials anymore.
Yeah, that's right.
So you don't like him either?
No, no. Especially when you're on the receiving end of the negative stuff.
You got a big, wide district. It starts at Clark Road and goes south, and then it goes across the state. I was driving to West Palm Beach last month. I saw your signs halfway across
all through the heartland. Yeah, it's interesting because a lot of people in Sarasota don't realize that the district is so geographically large and very diverse. Yeah. I have 9 counties, and pretty much we call it the heartland of Florida. A lot of agriculture. This district is the #1 citrus producing district in the entire country, to give you an idea of the vast agriculture interests.
So obviously your original opponent, April Freeman, had passed away. What was that like for you, hearing that news and continuing to run the race against a completely different opponent?
It's obviously every campaign's different, but that's something you certainly don't think would ever happen. We actually completely paused everything in the campaign out of respect for her and out of respect for the family. And I didn't restart. We actually had a fundraiser set the week after, and we just canceled everything. I put everything on hold until the Democrats appointed a replacement. I just thought it was the right thing to do. And then once they appointed a replacement, we moved forward to keep campaigning. But in a general election, this district is heavily Republican. It's plus 14 by registration. It voted for Trump 2 years ago by 27 points. So it's a pretty Republican district.
So what are you most excited about? And don't give me a political answer. Tell me, moving to Georgetown or working on your daylight savings time bill?
Yeah, I think that'll be a fun.
What are you excited about?
Yeah, my staff wants me to work on that. It's funny how much people get engaged on that issue. I have always enjoyed Washington. I had the opportunity to intern there 18 years ago in a House office. So the opportunity to serve up there and have an impact nationwide, being a military guy and having served in Operation Iraqi Freedom, I would love to lend my intelligence and advice and background on those type of issues, and to be able to be involved in armed services, foreign affairs, and national security at the national level. I'm really excited about that opportunity.
How different do you think or expect that this will be for you, serving locally in the state and now moving to Capitol Hill?
A lot of people don't understand that Florida's a part-time legislature. So one of the biggest frustrations and challenges that especially young professionals have in the Florida legislature is you still have to maintain a career, and then you have this part-time job, but it's really not part-time. So now being able to focus 100% of my efforts on being a congressman, being in Congress, working on those issues, I'm really excited about that. And I think being able to just focus on that, instead of in Florida where you have to focus on your professional career and you're up there for 60 days and then you come back. So I think that is the best thing about moving forward and being able to just concentrate on that.
You're going to close your law office now in Lakewood Ranch?
I have to, you have to stop actively practicing. I'm very curious to see logistically how all that works. Yeah. But we go to Washington next week. New member orientation starts Tuesday.
Excited, congratulations.
Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Good hustle.
Anytime.
Sarasota County hosted a Democratic watch party at Michael's on East, which brought many enthused people in to watch the election last night.
One big victory that had the crowd excited was Margaret Good's win. She was elected, or I should say re-elected, in her state house race over Ray Pilon, who previously held the seat. Good was first elected earlier this year after Alex Miller suddenly stepped down.
I think this win is a testament to what people can do when they work together, and a testament to crossing party lines, that when you talk about the issues that matter to voters, that it resonates and that you end up prevailing.
Good says that she and her team will be taking the day off today and then start working on her 2020 re-election bid.
There were also a lot of decisions made involving positions on local government boards that will impact the future of the Suncoast. In Sarasota County, 2 county commission seats were decided. District 2, 56% of voters voted Republican Christian Ziegler, who took the seat, over 44% of voters for Ruta Junari. Ziegler is married to, of course, the chair of the Sarasota County School Board, Bridget Ziegler. He is currently the state Republican committeeman for Sarasota and was a former congressional aide to Vern Buchanan. He ran for chair of the Florida Republican Party but lost. This is his first run for public office. And in the race for the District 4 seat on the Sarasota County Commission, 54% of voters voting for Republican Alan Mayo, who is the incumbent, currently sits on County Commission. He defeated Wesley Ann Beggs.
Let's talk now about the races in Manatee County and the commission there in the District 6 at-large seats. 63% voted for the incumbent Republican Carol Whitmore, 37% for her opponent Candace Luther. District 2 Manatee County Commission, a win for Democrat Reggie Bellamy over the Republican Dimitri Dennis. And one more look now at another race there in Manatee County. District 4, 52% for Misty Servia, the Republican, and 48% for first-time public office candidate Melton Little, an attorney there. Both were looking to replace Robin DiSabatino on the Board of County Commissioners. For the latest on the election results and breaking news and your forecast, check out our app. It's under WWSB or under My Suncoast. Still ahead in Good Morning Suncoast. Tell you why a St. Augustine man decides to take a dangerous dive. He jumped into a pond filled with, wait for it, crocodiles.
Not sure why he did that, but we'll find out. We'll take a closer look at some of the amendments that passed across Florida, including restoring voting rights for some 1 million ex-felons.
It is 6:40 right now on this, the day after. Here's a peek outside at the intersection of 10th and Orange. Got some cars going back and forth, and also brighter out there now.
Yeah, it's amazing how fast the sun rises. For more on our forecast, let's head over to meteorologist John Scalzi.
Yep, we can look at some pretty quiet conditions out there as well. I've got none of the drive time inclement weather boxes checked this morning because I really don't anticipate any. On the way to work, look for pretty quiet conditions. Nice sky, dry. On the way home, maybe an isolated inland shower, but that would be the worst of it. And all the airport hubs serving Sarasota, Bradenton running on time according to the FAA. Your forecast in a minute.
You like to pay less. That's why you made Honda Accord the best-selling mid-size car in America. Get the redesigned Accord, the North American Car of the Year, or Civic, a KBB.com Best Buy for less than the competition. Like SUVs and trucks? Get Motor Trend's SUV of the Year, CRV, the 8-passenger Pilot, or Ridgeline truck for up to $4,240 less. Today at your local Honda dealer.
Rugs as Art. You know the name, you know the building, but do you know what's inside? Yes, Rugs as Art is Florida's #1 area rug superstore. But there is so much more. Amazing furniture, accessories, and art. All this and more. Come see for yourself. You'll love our personal touch and be pleasantly surprised by our affordable prices. Rugs as Art and more. There is so much more to explore.
I heard about the Detoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Detoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was. I can tell you that you will not find a finer, more professional team of clinicians anywhere in the world.
Ready to open up new opportunities as an electrician? Don't do it yourself. Team up with Mr. Sparky instead. We're locally owned and looking for people like you. We offer our electricians great perks that you just won't get going it alone. And whether you're an apprentice, a master electrician, or somewhere in between, we have a spot for you.
Best decision I ever made.
Apply online or call today.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Enjoy fine wine and great foods, all while supporting a great cause. It's the 17th annual Suncoast Food and Wine Fest, happening Saturday, November 10th from 1 to 4 p.m. at the Premier Sports Campus in Lakewood Ranch. Taste hundreds of wines from around the world and sample great food from the area's finest restaurants. All proceeds go to local charities and Rotary projects. For tickets and information, visit suncoastfoodandwinefest.com.
My first job was in sports, and I was so thrilled just to be working in this business. I simply love covering this area. It has been my home for more than 40 years, and now it's wonderful that I can raise my family here as well. I'm Scott Dennis, and I'm here for you.
Now your ABC 7 First Alert Weather Forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
Beautiful, beautiful shot. One thing I love about sunrises coming a little bit earlier is we get to really enjoy them for a while. And as we have this big ridge of high pressure continuing to sit over top of us with drier air aloft, kind of limiting the number of showers we get, it certainly does make for a very, very pleasant morning. I think sunsets will be pretty nice too for the next several days. We'll have the same kind of cloud type that you just saw in the sunrise shot, and that'll be with us this evening. We've gotten lots of beautiful pictures of sunsets, and I think that will continue on. 68 degrees the air temperature, dew point value pretty close to it at 67. We have a very light wind coming in out of the east, northeast, coming in at about 3-4 miles per hour this morning. So it's light enough that we'll see the sea breeze form later today, keeping the coast a bit cooler, pushing probably any showers that form well east of the interstate, I would think, today. As we head into the noontime hour, our temperatures rise up to about 82. We'll get up to about 84 by 3 p.m. And then as we taper down into the sunset period, we'll start looking for an isolated shower or two around in inland areas. I think the coast will remain very, very quiet. Right now, your morning commute looks great. All rain-free across the region without any issues here. As we back out the radar, you can see a few scattered showers lingering across northern parts of the state and the East Coast. That's because of an easterly wind flow and the fetch of air off the Atlantic waters picking up the moisture and producing those few scattered showers. But as the winds move that area over land, the moisture supply is cut off and the rain showers die out. We have this one area that we'll continue to monitor today for the potential of perhaps some severe weather down here around the Louisiana Delta region. But other than that, I don't see much in the way of a severe weather threat for any parts of the deep south except back to the west. Atlanta Airport looks like it'll be just fine today, and the severe weather threat really not that great over the next several days. We'll watch this frontal boundary kind of stall out as that low ripples along and taking those showers with it. Atlanta may see a few scattered showers later in the day and maybe a thunderstorm or two. Mostly sunny skies, isolated inland showers. Cooler this weekend, but the cold air arrives next work week. So here's your forecast for today. Good out on the water. Should be just fine. West wind at about 5 knots. Smooth conditions out there. It should be like glass for most of the day. And we'll look for 2-foot seas. Beautiful, beautiful boating weather. Now, as you head into the next couple of days, we'll continue to see temperatures and weather conditions very similar to what you're going to see today, which is what you saw yesterday, which is what you saw the day before, which is warmer than average temperatures, a mix of sun and clouds in the afternoon, maybe an isolated inland shower or sprinkle. As we head into the weekend, we'll have a cold front kind of sinking southward that'll cool our temperatures a little bit, but we'll also watch another front move in on Tuesday, which will give us a better rain chance, maybe a few thunderstorms, and certainly some much cooler weather midweek next week. Back to you.
All right, I'll get the jacket ready. Thanks, John. Taking a look now at first alert traffic in Manatee County. Your usual buildup heading into the city of Bradenton if you're heading southbound from Palmetto. Usual delays on US 301 northbound at State Road 70. In Sarasota County, nothing major. Some slight slowdowns here and there on Bee Ridge and Clark, but nothing major to report. And in southern Sarasota County, there is an incident there on your map in the Northport area. At Sumter Boulevard, there's an accident at Creek 9 Drive, so beware of that. It is 6:47 on your Wednesday morning. Caught on camera, a man in St. Augustine takes a dangerous dive, jumping into a pond filled with crocodiles.
So what happened next? Ryan Nelson has the story.
Visitors at the St. Augustine Alligator Farm are trying to understand how and why this man, caught on camera, put himself between a croc and a hard place. He was in the enclosure for hours, and you can see him jumping into the water.
Crazy, absolutely crazy. How could somebody be so stupid?
When staffers showed up to the park this morning, they found a pair of shorts and Crocs, the kind you wear on your feet. They assumed it was part of a prank until they spotted blood and called police. I went through hours of video with park security, piecing together what happened over the time the man spent in the Nile crocodile exhibit. You can see the moment he was attacked by one of the 12-foot alligators. You can see the animal thrashing about, biting his foot. Later, you can see the man writhing in pain and trying to make a daring escape by straddling a fence. Jeff Black found Hatfield this morning wandering around his home.
As soon as we encountered the guy, we knew something strange was going on.
Black gave Action News Jax this exclusive video of Hatfield limping to an ambulance once police showed up. He says neighbors assumed the man was on drugs or alcohol.
I think his thing was he kept saying, I was held hostage in a place that had a pool with gators.
He's being treated at Flagler Hospital and will be transported to the St. Johns County Jail when he is medically cleared. It's also important to mention that tonight, none of those crocodiles are injured as a result of this incident. Reporting in St. Johns County, Ryan Nelson.
All right, let's get back to the, they say he had a pair of Crocs sitting by the gate?
Pretty ironic.
Crocs, yes. Getting back to the elections, there's also a long list of amendments on this year's ballot, and Floridians have voted yes on many changes to the Florida Constitution.
Voters have passed a bundled amendment, Amendment 9. This one was criticized for bundling two issues together, banning offshore drilling and also, that was in state waters, and vaping in indoor workplaces across Florida. By the year 2020, greyhound racing will come to an end across the state. There's about a dozen remaining greyhound racing tracks in the U.S., and a bulk of those are right here in Florida, one here in Sarasota. But now, thanks to voters, greyhound racing is being outlawed.
Yeah, a majority of voters also felt that it was okay to restore voting rights to convicted felons who have served their time. It's believed more than 1 million convicted felons across the state will now have the option to vote. This does not include murderers or sexual offenders. And
locally, in charter amendments, voters in Sarasota County voted nearly 2-1 in favor of approving almost $65 million of additional funding to help extend the Legacy Trail, which will now be stretched another 9 miles, nearly connecting one end of the county to the other. And voters also moved that all future amendments proposed by the Elected Charter Review Board will go before voters in general elections when turnout is historically much higher.
All right, 6:50 right now. Our top 7 headlines are next. But first, here's a peek at Capitol Hill, where there is now a divided Congress coming in January. Democrats have regained control of the House. Republicans still have the Senate. And I'm reading here on CNBC's website that the Dow Jones, this is good for investors, is set for a triple-digit rise at the open as Democrats win the House. Apparently, splitting the Congress is good for investors.
We'll have to track that as the day continues.
Headlines after this. Stay with us.
Come into a California Closet showroom to experience our quality materials and construction and collaborate with our designers to create the perfect custom solution for any room. Go to CaliforniaClosets.com to request a free design consultation and locate the showroom nearest to you.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Be a Heart Walk hero. I'm Scott Dennis. Join ABC7 and the American Heart Association for the 2018 Suncoast Heart Walk. It's Saturday, November 10th at J.D. Hamill Park. Walk with us to help raise funds to fight heart disease and stroke. Your support will help us advance life-saving breakthroughs that will keep more hearts beating. We can't save lives without your help. Register for free and walk with us to have fun and help hearts. For more information, visit suncoastheartwalk.org.
ABC 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you. Watch ABC 7 wherever you are, on our live stream, on mysuncoast.com, on the ABC 7 My Suncoast app, powered by the Eye Associates, providing sight for life, featuring traffic maps and live radar, dining with recipes, and My Suncoast Restaurant Guide. Visit mysuncoast.com. Click on the Apps tab to download the ABC 7 My Suncoast app for Apple and Android.
Investigate TV tackles the tough topics.
What happened to my life was awful.
When your health is compromised, we investigate.
They are really drug dealers in white coats.
Corporate greed exposed.
How do you trust them to run this program?
The powerful held accountable with in-depth journalism led by award-winning journalist Lee Zurich. We're your watchdog. Search Investigate TV on your Roku device. Download it now.
Here's today's job of the day. ABC 7 is seeking a multimedia producer for our morning news program. Strong and efficient digital, social media, and writing skills required. Visit mysuncoast.com/job of the day to apply.
Come into a California Closet showroom to experience our quality materials and construction and collaborate with our designers to create the perfect custom solution for any room. Go to CaliforniaClosets.com to request a free design consultation and locate the showroom nearest to you.
Welcome back. Here are the top 7 things you need to know before you head out the door at 7 o'clock.
First off, here's John Scalzi's weather forecast.
Ray, thanks very much. We're looking at some fairly conditions that we're used to by now, which is warm weather, isolated late day shower inland, but we've got some cooler weather arriving this weekend. Back to
All
you.
right. Thanks for the warning. Let's talk about first alert traffic right now. Nothing major to report, just the usual delays from Palmetto to Bradenton. Take it slowly as you head out the door this morning.
Number 3, a majority of Florida voters approved restoring voting rights to most convicted felons who have served their time. It's believed more than 1 million convicted felons across the state will now have their voting rights restored.
Number 4, in the race for Florida governor, former Jacksonville Congressman Ron DeSantis beat Tallahassee Mayor Andrew Gillum.
Number 5, it looks like Rick Scott will narrowly unseat Democratic Senator Bill Nelson after Nelson served for the last 18 years. Just 40,000 votes split the two out of 8.1 million votes cast here in Florida. Nelson has yet to concede.
There's a recount in that one already. Number 6, voters in the city of Sarasota chose to move future elections to November. They've been held in March and turnout has been dismal, about 15%.
Finally, number 7, what's trending? Voters celebrated a champion of the women's suffrage movement this election day. After casting their ballots, I voted stickers were placed on Susan B. Anthony's gravestone in Rochester, New York. Anthony was charged and fined for voting in the 1872 presidential election. It took nearly a half-century for the efforts of the suffrage movement to finally lead to the passage of the 19th Amendment, giving women the right to vote. A similar sticker tribute to Anthony took place in the 2016 presidential election. That's a creative way to honor her and our freedom for the right to vote.
I'm surprised it took that long to start doing that. That's a nice little gesture
Yeah,
there.
I wonder who came up with it.
Yes.
It's always stunning to me how recently, actually, people were allowed to vote. A lot of people were allowed to vote. You know?
That's true.
It's really amazing.
right.
We're a very youthful country.
That's true.
Yes, we are.
The big picture, we are. Thank you for watching Good Morning Suncoast. We'll leave you now with a shot of some birds out in Sarasota Bay.
Looks like they're looking for some breakfast this morning. Stick around. Good Morning America is coming up next. Hope you have a great day.